What about you? What is it you want to express?
I want to express that part of the struggle of being human is a good thing, and that through my artwork maybe I'm presenting a kind of window or a kind of door, or even for some a kind of altar on which they can place their own symbols or their ideas, and maybe they will see in my artwork a kind of person who acts as a brother and not as a master.
What about the idea to transport your messages about over the eyes?
Mm-hmm. The eye, you know, for me is a kind of window, and also it's a kind of place of truth. When one speaks to someone deeply, one must look at the eyes, not at the lips, but at the eyes. And so, you know, it's there that we meet, and it's there that we often share not only words, but silence. Great things are also spoken with silence. And I think the staring often is a way of trying to look at something much more deeply. And so maybe we see there a little moment of ourselves.
Can you explain what is some kind of your personal revolution over your drawing and becoming also religious or spiritual?
Mm-hmm. I think that being religious and spiritual is rebellious. I think it's utterly radical to do that in our society today. And it's a way of protesting against the economic control that often is a part of the rules and the political statements that are being made to conform, to act this way. And I think to be deeply religious is always to transcend those kinds of borders or barriers that are conditional, that make us less than human, that take away our wings. So I find being an artist and being a religious person a kind of mediation moment, a person who lives in the place of mediation, who can cross over easily, as well as someone who finds in themselves a character that is natural and that can be in both the human and the divine, an incarnational exchange.
But isn't it rather only you that is radical in your opinions sometimes, and not like the 80% of Catholics that play their old-fashioned role in the church?
Yes, but I think if I'm that little bit of yeast in the bread, then that's what makes the bread rise. I mean, it comes from small, simple moments and small, simple acts that revolution takes place. It only takes, as we say, a spark to make a fire. It takes a seed to make a plant. It takes just a little thing to happen as long as it's honest and it has a deeper conviction. It's from that seed that the great life comes.
What kind of flowers could you plant in your hometown or wherever you worked?
I think I would plant evergreens, because by doing that, you live in an eternity that is possible now.
Could we stop?
Whatever you like.
Yeah. I think you once said, mystery cannot be managed, only maintained.
That's right, I believe that. Mystery cannot be managed, and yet people want to make this kind of control system on things that are spontaneous and open and very, very deep. And I think when you try to manage those kinds of things, you immediately realize that you're in the area of that which is more than yourself. And then if you try to manage it, it will ultimately break or fall apart. People want to manage relationships, they want to manage love, they want to manage friendship, they want to manage God, they want to tell God what to do for them today. This is what I want you to do, and if you really love me, you'll do this. It's a kind of negotiation, but it's not really good. So it has to be not managed but maintained, meaning we have to live at a level where life is a kind of gift, a kind of joy, a kind of spontaneity that we are invited into every day, and that we say yes to with a great deal of gratitude. Everything is mysterious. Even this interview is mysterious, because I don't know what you're going to ask, and you don't know what I'm going to answer, but there's a kind of trust that the way that we answer and the way that we talk to each other is real. So I'm happy.
Do you think that there is a stronger need now for mysteries?
Absolutely. I think mysteries have always been here. It's a matter of paying attention. If you pay attention to what is real, then you live in a kind of creativity that will always support you, and that you will always find a special kind of living, a special quality of life. And so to live in the mystery is to be as human as you can be. There once was a great statement that was made by Henri Lissot, a Benedictine who had expressed both the East and the Western ideals of God and faith and hope by trying to combine them together in his life in India. And what he said, which really affected me a great deal as a person, was that if I should find in myself the face of Christ that is other than myself, I shall not have found Christ. Christ for me is myself truly risen. And so for me, that is the very deep mystery that I want to try to enjoy and to try to live every day in a way that is honest to God, honest to myself, and honest to the world.
Why do you think that there is a stronger need for mysteries? Is there something missing now in today's society?
Yes, I think that people are obsessed with making money. I think they're obsessed with making sure that the internet gets them their answer as fast as they can. I think we live in a fast world and a slow world. And I think that everybody wants to go into this fast world thinking that this is the truth, this is the answer. And in fact, those are kind of idolatry moments. And we choose the wrong kinds of experiences because we are oppressed by a condition that is set upon us by society's rules and ideas that you must behave and you must be this way. And to be successful means you make this amount of money, you find this kind of person and marry them, you make these kinds of children, and you go to this special school and you get this diploma, and then at the end of it, it all works out. But isn't that the lie? The tragic lie, because it doesn't work out, because we don't live our honesty and we have compromised too much. And that compromise is what really makes us problematic. So we have to try to listen to the inner voice, also to the idea that the mystery is that, just to live is a holy kind of experience. Just to live is to be is important. And that is the great experience, is by being who you are.
But isn't it very difficult to believe that this could be some kind of vision that people turn to